want my phone. Oh shit, Brooklyn coming back. I ain't seen much. I ain't ever since the whole thing with Kyrie and the New Jersey, Brooklyn Nets. I ain't been watching basketball like that, and I canceled my NBA League Pass. So this is my first time really checking out Kyrie in a while. I love watching this nigga play. Best footwork since Kobe. Greatest ball handle of all time. What up, y'all? What's up, Dre Day? Make sure y'all share this shit. A nigga had some thoughts I want to talk to y'all about. And make sure you get the live tickets to the live show if you're here in Southern California, here in LA. The live show, Me Live, February 25th. Slink gonna be there, Larry gonna be there, Kamira gonna be there. It's gonna be a fun ass show. What's up, Dr. Sinister, Harold, and Mickey Russell? This show gonna be fun as fuck, y'all. It's gonna be fun. What's up, Quan? What's up, Smoke Splitter? Make sure y'all get y'all candles from Jayla. Lightthemood.com. Get these motherfucking candles. I got the candle lit right now. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that. See my blunt there too. See, Jayla be having them wood wicks. Look at that shit. Who else is doing player ass shit like that? Got the wood wicks on the candles. This shit smell good than a motherfucker. Lightthemood.com. Weed smoke 22 for your discount. Well, yeah. Dre Day, I'm with you, man. I miss the days of real masculinity, man. It's tough. It's tough out there. It's tough out there. And I see it sometimes, like when I be on Twitter and Instagram, whatever, interacting with people. It's just some of the things that dudes, the way dudes interact right now, man, it's a little pitiful, fellas. What's up, Evan? And let me start off by saying this. I don't have an issue with people traveling and having a good time. I'm not saying that. Some people, just are predisposed to be people who like different tastes and different varieties. So I ain't here to even talk shit about people who like people of other cultures and other countries, whatever. Everybody got their personal preferences, whatever. You know what I mean? I ain't tripping on that. But here's where it's an issue. Like these passport bro dudes. This was an issue because I didn't know what a passport bro was this time last year. I did not know what the fuck a passport bro was. I just started hearing about the term around last summer, spring, sometime around last summer. And so I started kind of paying attention to what it is. And what I've been seeing with these passport bro dudes is these are people who tend to, how can I say this? The common modality of thought is we're going to get women abroad because the women in America don't cooperate on the level these guys want. Is that about the gist of what it is for y'all who know what a passport bro is? Did I get it right? These dudes that go to Brazil and the Dominican with the intent on getting with women or marrying a woman because they cooperate better than American-born women. Is that about right? Is that about right? What's up, Tori and Rain? No, tricking ain't tricking. Nah, not really. We're not gonna allow nothing to be that simple. Tricking ain't tricking. There ain't nothing wrong with tricking. I ain't saying something wrong with tricking. Here's what we're talking about. The issue with the passport bro is when you feel that you gotta travel 20,000 miles to get what you can get across the street. And the reason why you do that, because what's across the street doesn't want to cooperate and work with you. About right? About right? Got Torian up in here. We got P3, Butter Love, Smoke Splitter. What's up, y'all? So that's pretty much what it is. And therein lies the issue. Let's talk about this real quick. If you're going across the world, because look, I was in my 20s, I traveled, and across the world, you get different tastes of what it is, of what's out there. Man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, I encourage black men, especially in their 20s, to travel the world and sow your royal oats. I'm cool with that. You know, get your Prince Hakeem on. But don't be trying to go around marrying like Prince Hakeem. That's where it becomes an issue. Because here it is. If you're constantly running into issues with women you share a cultural bond with, that means there has to be some level of accountability. You know what I mean? If you happen to be attracted to other people, it is what it is. But some people are just attracted to other people because that's what they're attracted to. It's not because they're in a deficit with their own. You got to get in touch with yourself. Yeah, spoken like a married man. That mean I won. Nigga, you better listen. Shit. Hell yeah, spoken like a married man. It takes levels of accountability to get this thing and maintain it and not get divorced. And a lot of that has to do with introspection. But just really in life, people don't respect people who don't respect themselves and respect the culture that they come from. Let's just tell the truth. People don't inherently, by nature, you can't respect people that you don't know. I mean, that you see that don't respect themselves and don't respect their own culture. Because what happens is this, and this is in my years working with marriages and families. When you go around marrying someone because of what they're not, you can get married. Oh yeah, it's plenty of. Getting married is not hard. I'm telling you, getting married isn't hard. Staying married and being happy while you're married and having fun, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. But what that takes is people who are willing to deal with themselves. Because if you ain't willing to deal with yourself, it ain't gonna be nothing but contention. And what'll happen is you'll go ahead and you'll marry a woman from another country, another culture, another race. And this is what happened. This is the part that they don't tell you. When y'all been married for 10 years, 7, 8 years, and they got their full citizenship, and some shit don't go the way they want to go, and you got a little bit of bread on you, they'll take your shit, take your kid, and take their ass on back to Ethiopia. If you can't get along with women, bruh, you can't get along. It's something you gotta fix. That's something you gotta fix. You go around going across the world trying to marry somebody who just wants citizenship and you think you in love. That's some funny shit right there, boy. You gonna be playing BBD. I thought it was me. Marry someone. And here's another thing that you gotta deal with. Cultural differences. Cultural differences are real. I was talking to somebody I know. She said one of her homeboys got married to a chick from Africa, and when they came back, that was her first time seeing a shower. You gonna be going around marrying chicks with jungle pussy. All kinds of cultural nuance differences. Hell, this hard enough. it's all kinds of shit that be going with cultural differences. And of course, you can get someone to submit. If you want, look, if you want to take the easy route, that's fine. But there's so many goddamn women that are here. And again, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But my issue is this. Don't be going around trying to make it seem like it's an issue with American women. No, and don't get me wrong, it's a lot of American women with major problems. It is. It really is. I see that shit. That's why I'm glad I'm married. That's why I'm glad I ain't single. Because a lot of you chicks out there got issues like a motherfucker. I know. I seen it. Women out there, you crazy than a motherfucker. But guess what? Crazy is everywhere too. It's something about life. You attract where you are in life. And if you continue to attract a particular model of person, a particular mode of person, that means it's something in you that you need to fix. And that shit ain't easy to do. And it ain't easy to confront. And here's the thing when you go, here's the thing, black man. Because I heard about that dude that, whatever that dude was that got charges put on him in Brazil. And I thought about something when I saw that. Do you niggas really think white folks gonna let you do what they do? I heard one of these dudes that's into that whole bro passport bro thing. He was telling me he was like the white men been doing it. I was like, so what the fuck make you think you gonna be able to do what the white men been doing? White men also conquered those countries militarily and mentally. And so they're going to be able to have a level of freedom that your black ass ain't. Y'all going to countries that don't even like black people in those countries. Brazil hate them black ass niggas in there that they throw off in favelas. You thought you was better, nigga? If you looking for love, love yourself. That's where it's at. You want love? You got to start with yourself. Because here's the thing, love and marriage are two different things. Because what I'm hearing is, when I listen to these passport bro dudes, what I'm hearing is these brothers are saying that they looking for love. But just because you married don't mean you in love. Marriage is some shit that it should be sacred, but it ain't. People get married for all kind of crazy ass reasons. Assets, for family connections, for citizenship. So love and marriage are two different things. If you just say you want to get married, that's fine. You want to get married, do what you do. But if you say you're looking for love and you can't find love at home, love always starts at home. If you can't find love at home, you just got some work to do. Because you're not going to find it abroad. You'll get married abroad. You'll get somebody that's going to listen to your ever command. But look at somebody like Donald Trump. Donald Trump been doing mail order brides since forever. Donald Trump don't love them hoes. He ain't going around saying I'm looking for love. No, he's a wealthy man that needs to be married because in the eyes of business, in the eyes of politics, it's better to be married than not be married. So he's just looking for somebody that, people like him, they're just looking for people that are going to follow their every little will so they can be married to appease whatever societies that they're in. Not going around saying they're looking for fucking love. You can get married, but you can't find love. And that's nothing. Y'all going to these third world countries talking about something you looking for love? Man, you looking for love, them broads are looking for resources. And here you come. Again, have fun. Just be real about what it is. That's why I think, Cass is missing it. And that's where I think we as a people be missing it. We be going around trying to make things more than what they are. For instance, I'm not saying nobody in here. I'm not saying none of y'all. But you know people at your job, or if you're a business owner back when you had a job, or a friend of yours, they'll have a white coworker, right? And it's like when a nigga get a white coworker that they cool with, they really be thinking these motherfuckers is they friends. You know what I mean? They be like, no, man, Josh the homie. Man, we be smoking together. And I be like, nigga, don't smoke with Josh. The minute Josh has a friend or a cousin that needs a job, you know what Josh is gonna do? Hey, Brian, you know Leroy? Leroy goes behind the building on break and smokes weed, and he usually goes at about in between 2:45 and 2:55 p.m. for the second break, and for the first break around 10:15. Yeah, and what he does is, you should probably check him at his car, because what he'll do is, he'll have a backup, because we have a bunch of uniform shirts. So he has about 3 or 4 shirts in his car. And so he'll smoke in one and then change the uniform shirt, and then he'll come to the bathroom and wash his hands and wash his face. And then you get fired, and you think all because you thought Josh was your homeboy. That'd be the issue black folks have. Like, here's another one. Black folks, another thing niggas do, they overstate. It's like they overstate their connections with other people. And that's born out of lack of self-love, lack of self-worth. Oh, you idiot. All you had to do is miss the free throw right. You missed it wrong. Game over. Anyway. Hey, so sorry ass out of here, nigga. That ain't how you miss a free throw. Anyway. Niggas be doing too much. Niggas be doing too much. And so when it comes to this passport bro thing, it's okay to get out and get your women. But this is how you know something's some bullshit. You know something is some bullshit when you got to come out with a stupid ass title like passport bro. That shit just sound weak as fuck. Passport bro? That's like a bunch of niggas that grew up playing, what's that game? That sounds like a bunch of niggas that grew up playing Fortnite together. We're passport bros, yay! You don't sit your simp ass down. Yeah, bro, we're passport bros. We're passport bros. See, here's another issue that men have oftentimes, right? And I'm here to help you fellas. Oftentimes the women don't cooperate. But a lot of people, they're looking for a particular style of woman. And they want that woman to fit in whatever box that they have. When I say particular style of woman, a certain look. And especially a lot of these, I know I'm here in LA with a lot of these tech niggas. I've had tech dudes hit me up for like relationship consultations. And it's always the same story. They usually were lame in high school. And no disrespect to them. But usually they were lame in middle school and high school. Lame in college too for the most part. But now they make a lot of money. They want the kind of woman that they've always wanted. And they think because they make this certain level of money, they should be able to get a certain style of woman. But only thing is, that woman has to look this particular way. And usually that particular way is whatever way that's popular on TV. Slender, long hair, has a certain skin tone. It was the same way in the NBA. Well, it is the same way in the NBA. When I used to be around my NBA friends, most of them niggas' wives all look alike. Like, if you look at NBA wives, and girlfriends, if it's 15 niggas on the team, say 5 are married, 3 of the 5 women, they women gonna look just alike. And you take one head off and put it on the other, it's gonna be the same thing. And the other 2 may be something a little different. But out of all, and then when you look at all the girlfriends in there, the people who they're just dating, if it's 10 women in the friends and family room, 7 of them hoes look and built exactly alike. It's just that oftentimes you get dudes that want a particular look. Nothing wrong with wanting the look. Herein lies the issue. Usually the look is based in what somebody else got. That's the problem. If you like what you like, and that's truly what you like, go full head of steam at it. A lot of times cats, they don't necessarily, they like that, but really what they like the fact that that look is gonna make their homeboys go ooh, ooh, and ah. You really getting her to impress other niggas. A lot of niggas go after chicks with a certain look to impress other niggas. That's where it becomes a problem. Cause I know a few cats. They say they like a certain thing, but when you look at what they really be getting at, they be like, man, if you just date in this particular pool over here, you might get what you want. But if she don't have the look that's gonna make your homeboys go ooh and ah, you ain't gonna take her serious. That happens a lot. Just like on the other end with women. Women say there ain't a good man out there. There ain't a good man. I can't find men. But men want a certain look. I mean, those women want a certain look. And they're attracted to a particular style of guy. Well, that guy with that particular look or that particular style, he's not suited for the substantive things you're looking for. The substantive things you're looking for is in guys that offer these things. And at the same time, you still could be, ladies, you can still be attracted to that particular guy physically or whatever. But they don't provide a certain thing or a certain thing. And usually, here's the issue. Here's what happens oftentimes with women. And with men too. Men go after their mothers. Women go after their fathers. So if you're a woman, and this isn't across the board, this isn't completely true for 100% of the people, for you literal idiots out there, but I am talking 7 out of 10. And I see this all the time in my relationship counseling. If a woman's father was around but not present, like she knew who the father was, mom and dad may have gotten a divorce, and dad lived on the other side of town and didn't really fuck with her like that, she tends to be attracted to men that don't really fuck with them like that aren't available. If you have a dad that was never available, 7 out of 10 times, women, the one that they really fall for, it usually a dude that in some kind of way, shape, or form isn't available. They don't even consciously go for that. Sometimes they consciously thinking that they got the one that's all for them, and then they'll look up 6 months later and find out he had a whole ass side family the whole time and she didn't know. Dudes, you guys, a lot of dudes have moms that had niggas coming up in the apartment every other Thursday night. Had your mama was getting digged down by the deacons at church. So what ends up happening, you end up getting attracted to women who be taking on 3 men built like He-Man. And then you go around talking about all of these women is hoes. No, you're attracted to your mom. And that's real deep. So that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's what happens biologically, and if you're not conscious of it, it's beyond your control. It's not beyond your control, but if you're not conscious, it can take control of you. But if you're conscious of it and you get this to your mind, you can fix the right things within yourself to get to where you need to be. Nothing's gone forever. Don't ever let nobody tell you that. I see this shit all the time when I do my car readings. Did this shit freeze? I see that shit all the time when I do my car readings and stuff like that. Your biggest rewards are on the other side of your greatest challenges, and we tend to misinterpret challenge with or obstacles. We misinterpret obstacles with finality. Like we'll be faced with a particular obstacle in our life, and then we'll think, okay, that's it. That nothing can be done about it because maybe this particular obstacle is telling me something. You know what I mean? Telling me to stop or telling me to quit. And that's what I hear psychologically sometimes when I listen to these passport bro niggas. And again, not all of you. I ain't speaking to all of you. But if what I'm saying hurts your feeling, then yes, I am definitely talking to you. Let me make that very clear. If what I'm saying right now strikes a chord and makes you feel some kind of way, then yes, I am talking to you. And because if you're listening and you may disagree, but it don't strike a chord with you, then no, I'm not talking to you because you got your own mind. But if this hurts your feelings, then yeah, I'm talking to you, motherfucker. Let's make that very clear. So back to the passport bro things. If you're constantly running up against a woman here in America, a particular style of woman, you keep running up against the kind of women that how can I say this? Running up against the same issues in women. Whether that be every woman you get with, she doesn't trust you. You can never find a woman that trusts you. Every time you with her, you may like her, but she gonna do something, and you're not even doing nothing, but she don't trust you. Well, you then gotta ask yourself, do you trust yourself? And look at the environment. Were you raised in an environment that you saw your mother and or your father break one of the other's trust? Say you're 7 years old and everything in your life was good up until you're 7. Then at 7, your parents got divorced in some kind of way. Then you find out, and you see that looking up, your mom was always talking about how she couldn't trust your dad because your dad was coming home late and he was spending the bill money before the bills got paid. Or your dad was saying, I can't trust her because she down at the church house, and she be listening to what Reverend Williamson say more than what I say. I can't trust her. And then you kind of raised in an environment of distrust. So now you're going out into the free world, and every woman that you're running across, you're finding that you can't trust them. and you thinking that it's, something wrong with them, there's something wrong with them. Well, really, you were raised in an environment of distrust. So naturally, trusting people is going to be a hard thing for you to do. And that's not something I judge people over. That's something that your environment cultivated into you. And so that's what your environment cultivated into you. That means it's up on you to root that out of your environment. We get a lot of shit as children and as young adults that are dumped onto us that was out of our control. Environments that we were raised in, environments that we didn't choose to be in consciously. You dig what I'm saying? So if you can be raised in that type of environment and evolve into a person that could eventually trust someone, you're going to be, your rewards for that is going to be someone that blesses you in all the ways that you need because of your trust in them. Sometimes I'll be doing some relationship counseling, and the two people really do get along. They got good matching cards. They have a lot of things that are going for them, but they can't get past trust issues, or they can't get past a certain issue that they have going on. And I would just see it like, man, if you guys could just get past this one thing, if y'all could just get past these two things, y'all relationship will be bliss. Because to tell you the truth, if y'all get divorced and you come up on the next person, you probably gonna be running across either this issue or maybe a few other more issues with them. I'll be looking at some of these relationships like, man, y'all really do got some good shit going on. It's just that, damn, y'all got a certain issue around a certain person. One of the people in the relationship be lying a lot. Sometimes lying happens. It's one person that they just be lying, but they were raised in environments of lying, and lying is a way that was something that was allowed when they were growing up. You know what I mean? In their environment. And like, God damn it, if I can just get this motherfucker to tell the truth, to stop lying, to learn that, because most of the time when I deal with relationships, when it comes to people lying, a lot of the shit that people be lying about be shit that they don't even need to lie about. You just lying because you just like lying. Like if we just get you two motherfuckers to tell the truth about what it is and be 100, you'll have a blissful relationship because you get along, you have similar interests, you like similar music. They'll have all these things going for them. What's up, Mara Woods? Oh, yeah, your birthday on Sunday. Put your Cash App up in there. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. But and it'll be like that. And it's be like, man, people, and I'll be looking at some relationships I have where the baby's mother, the baby mama and the baby daddy, they really do have a dope chemistry together. But they hang up be one or two things that they just can't get past. All that comes from working on self. Either way it go, you gotta work on yourself. Whatever it is. Because we all have challenges, man. But if you make your challenges the opposite sex, you're not gonna win internally. You may win on paper, but you ain't gonna win internally from running. If you like someone from Rio de Janeiro or Indonesia and you just happen to fall in love with somebody over there, again, more power to you. Ain't no issues with that. I got a homeboy who married a white woman. It just kind of happened like that. I remember like when we were in high school and college, because he went to high school and middle school with white folks. So like, I remember like when we were in college, he used to like white girls. And then he started like, but he would still date everybody. He would still date around. He wouldn't just date black white girls. He always dated black women and other women too. And then, but he had like a black girlfriend that didn't work out. And then his next chick was a white chick. And she was down for him. He was down for her. And so when they got married, that shit didn't surprise me. I was just like, okay. He really dig her. I was like, the way he felt about her, I was like, well, the way you feel about her, I get it. Is it my thing? No, I wouldn't. DwannBrown never would even get close enough to a white woman to dig her like that. You dig what I'm saying? But to each his own. What's up, Black Alpha? So in a situation like him, I got it. Somebody said, why don't I like white women? Why should I like white women? What's up, Kid Gravity? That's a question. Instead of asking me why don't I like white women, why should I like white women? I was raised in South Central LA around all black people. Went to black doctors, a black elementary school, middle school, and high school. What interactions, on what level, and I even when I went to college, okay, I went to college, there was white folks around, but you generally develop who you're attracted to by the age of 14, scientifically. Scientifically, be going out. So basically, what's up, Afro? So basically, it's biological, the kind of chicks that you're attracted to. So I mean, so basically, at the time you grow hair on your nuts, whatever chick is sitting in that side of the class, that's gonna probably be who you're attracted to. It ain't permanent, but it's fairly natural. I was raised around niggas my whole life, so why the fuck would I be attracted to a white woman outside of propaganda I heard on TV? That's the question we gotta ask. What makes a black woman, a black man that was raised in an all-black environment attracted to a white person? That's the question we gotta ask. What makes a black person raised in an all-black environment attracted to some chick that live in the Dominican Republic that can't speak no goddamn English hardly? What makes a nigga that was raised on collard greens and cornbread attracted to a chick that like falafel? What makes a nigga that was attracted to that was raised on Martin and House Party and Eddie Murphy movies? What makes him attracted to a chick that was raised on Bollywood? What makes a nigga that was attracted, that was raised on motherfucking Ice Cube, Nas, nigga, the SOS band, attracted to a chick that was raised on some music that be going, the fuck make y'all attracted to each other? What makes a nigga that was attracted, that was raised with your daddy listening to Smokey Robinson and Earth, Wind and Fire, attracted to a chick raised on that, on some laka yeah, laka yeah, laka yeah, laka. You don't know what the fuck they even saying in that Spanish language. What the fuck is you attracted to them for? That's the question we gotta ask. Now, then people say, I don't want to limit my options. Man, you got light-skinned black women, brown-skinned black women, chocolate black women with straight long-ass hair, black women with kinky buck hair. You got black women that are shy, black women that are extroverted, black women that are mean, black women that are nice. You got black women with good breath, black women with bad breath. I remember when I used to go to Essence Fest all the time. Now, Essence Fest was a great central location for black women in America. That's shit. That was my path, nigga. Give me a passport to Louisiana, nigga, 4th of July weekend. Because then you going to see, okay, oh man, These are the southern Louisiana chicks over here. These old light-skinned, green-eyed chicks over here. And then you'll see the chicks from Michigan, and because they had a certain look. And then you see the chicks from South Carolina, and you be like, hell no, I ain't nah. No disrespect to South Carolina, but them chicks was not hitting. Every time I saw them in Essence Fest. But the chicks from Alabama, god damn, them Alabama chicks, you be like, woo. Northern Florida chicks, nah, not happening. But then and the St. Louis chicks would be rough. You be at the Essence Fest on Canal Street, you be like, oh, she look like she from St. Louis. St. Louis chicks look like Charles Dutton from Rock. And you be like, nah, I ain't fucking with them. And then you get you get the chicks that's like from Baltimore, with their accent. It sounds like you about to get robbed. Like, man, I want to fuck with her, but I'm gonna take her back to my room and she gonna pull out a 9mm on my ass. So you be kind of scared when you hear them Baltimore accents, but then you hear them DC chicks, it's on and cracking. And then you got the Atlanta chicks, they be having big booties, but the only questions you got with the Atlanta chicks is, did she just get dug out last week by a nigga that just got dug out by another nigga? Because there's a whole bunch of you gay motherfuckers in Atlanta, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But a lot of you women from Atlanta, just based on the numbers, you could have got shit dick last week. And I'm like, So you got to toss up when you're dealing with a chick from Atlanta. She everything you want, but you don't know if she got shit dick last week. So you got to ask that question in your mind. So all kinds of variety of black women. What the fuck are you talking about? Miami Memorial Day weekend? Shit. Hey, no disrespect to St. Louis, but I'm not trying to disrespect St. Louis, but no one ever said, hey man, let's go on vacation to St. Louis to holler at the shorties. Hey, black men in the chat room, no disrespect for St. Louis, but has anyone ever said, hey man, let's go to St. Louis to get at them hoes? Let's go to St. Louis Festival. What do y'all have any festivals in St. Louis that make niggas even want to come? Like, have you ever heard anybody say, hey, let's go to St. Louis Festival and we about to rack up all these hoes? I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. Don't ever tell me I'm out of touch. I deal with relationships 5-10 times a week. You better listen to a nigga put you up on game. I've been counseling and dealing with relationships now for well over 10 years. And I do it weekly. My schedule stay booked. I talk to people and they tell me what they don't tell you. See your little ass friends and these people on the internet, they gonna put on the front for y'all. My profession is speaking to people behind the front. I talk to you from the context and the point of view of the person that listens to what really goes on. So have a good one. What people really deal with, not that little bullshit front they want to tell y'all. So you better listen when I talk, god damn it. But back to St. Louis. I ain't never heard nobody be like, yo man, I just got myself a bad one. Man, I think I might marry her, man. She got the booms and the baps and the booms and the whap. Yo man, where'd you meet her? St. Louis. I guarantee you never heard that. You probably are more likely to meet a bad bitch, a bad chick, a cold woman in Scranton, Pennsylvania, before you meet one in St. Louis. You I have a much better chance of meeting a cold one from Scranton, Pennsylvania. You got a better chance of meeting a cold one in West Virginia than you do St. Louis. That's all I'm saying. Hey, just because chicks is yellow don't mean they pretty. Let's stop that shit. Nah, pretty come in all shades. There's some ugly horse-faced yellow chicks out there too now. Just because they red bone don't mean they look good. I done seen plenty of broke down red bone brides. I know this one red bone chick. She looked like Ronaldo Ray. Like, man, if you don't get this daddy from Friday, get on up messing with these people in this bike ass face bride. Like, man, if you don't get this, just because they light skinned and red bone on them, that don't mean nothing. Pretty is pretty. Matter of fact, if all your dark skinned chicks ain't pretty, that's a problem. And dark skinned women and light skinned women are on the same level. I know that I remember. I'm not gonna say the player's name. But when I was in the Clippers Friends and Family room, this is about 10 years ago. This is the year that Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, the whole Lob City years, when Vinny Del Negro was still coaching, right at the time Doc Rivers got there. Those years of the Clippers. I'm in the Friends and Family room. This is one player, and he's still in the NBA. He had this light-skinned chick. And she was light-skinned, she was skinny, and she had long hair. Everything that superficial niggas say that they want on paper. Light-skinned, skinny, long hair. Man, her face looked like droopy. I'm like, if you don't, I was like, oh hell nah. She looked like adult Macaulay Culkin. I'm like, with long hair. She looked like Marilyn Manson. And I'm like, but she light skinned, skinny with long hair. Guess you got what you want. But she looked like a model for a ghost outfit for a Halloween costume. So don't be going on all that light skin, dark skin shit. Nigga, hell yeah. Bismarck too, yeah. All the real niggas picked Pam over Gina when we was in school, when we was in middle school and high school. Same thing with a house party. Ain't no disrespect, but I remember when the Real House Party dropped. Man, I was on Shireen. Shireen was the one when House Party dropped. I'm like, nah. You want Shireen. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about DeAndre Jordan. No, I'm not talking about him. I don't remember DeAndre would have different chicks kind of rotating through. He didn't. I don't remember him having the same woman when he came to the Friends and Family room. No, I'm not talking about DeAndre Jordan. So, I'm just saying, fellas, our environment as black men and black women, our environment's been poisoned on purpose. We were raised, a lot of us, in poisoned environments. And those poisoned environments affect the dating options and choices and how we interact with the opposite sex. And I'm just saying single households. This happened also in married households too. It's some people, your parents were together the whole time. Hell, they still may be together. But all they did was fight. But every time, it's a lot of households, especially like when I do a card reading and I see somebody has an 8 of diamonds relationship, I'll be like, ooh, y'all relationship look good to the public, but y'all be having all kind of fights behind closed doors. If I read your cards in your relationship and certain cards come up, 8 of diamonds, 8 of hearts, you niggas be fighting. You niggas just look good in front of the camera. But behind closed doors, ooh, y'all be fighting. And you have kids that are raised in that type of environment to where mama drove a Lexus, the daddy drove a Cadillac, the daddy drove a Mercedes or whatever, and the daddy was a State Farm, had his own State Farm office. I see this shit all the time at church. The husband had his own State Farm insurance office, and the wife, she was a big time secretary or somewhere. She had a good city job. She was a supervisor for the city, and that was the black family in the church. Their hair was always done. Their kids always had the freshest Jordans. Like when you be in youth service, Jonathan, they son, brother Taylor's son, Jonathan, nigga always had the freshest J's at youth service. You know what I mean? When we used to go to youth camp. No, this nigga, we saw that. And you be looking, because people be so superficial and they seeing what it is. They be like, ooh, hashtag relationship goals. I want to be that. I want to do that. But then when you go behind closed doors, they be cheating on each other. They be fighting, hitting each other. Worse than that, mentally abusive. The husband calling her anything but a child of God. She's undermining him and cutting at his manhood with her, because she knows, and Scheherazade Ali talked about that. Women know that she can cut a man by saying certain things. And so you have children raised in an environment to where mama's always cutting dad by the balls, and then dad turn around and do some wild shit. And then when y'all go out and go to church and go around the people, everybody's like, you look so good as a family. Holla if you hear me, if you know somebody that was raised in that situation. So again, what's all that glitters ain't gold. Then you also have other situations where it was a single mom and a child. But that single mom did a good job of putting that child, if she had a son, that single mom did a good job of putting that son in sports and letting him see his uncles, or she maintained a good relationship with the father so the child can still see his father. And the child was nurtured in an environment to where, although he may have been raised with a single mom gave the child enough, access to men and gave him a stable living environment. And that particular child was raised with everything they need to be a good husband, a good father to their child. So again, you don't look at certain levels, surface levels. I've had clients with single moms where they've hired me for their services, or I've done things to be in that child's, or people that I mentor for free when I coached, or back when I used to do my breakthrough full time, when I used to do my IEP work and stuff like that. You have parents who really, did their best to stabilize their children's environment. But society look at that mom and be like, oh, you, or that child be like, oh, poor you, you're a single mom. Oh, poor you, child, you don't have your father around. Well, no, the father's around, or if he's not around, there's so many men that can give that child what he needs. So you don't look at what people have. You look at the circumstances beneath it. And for people who may be new to listening to me, I like to speak about the circumstances beneath what's going on. Because I don't believe what I say on a surface level with anybody. When people show me on the surface, I do not believe. I look at how you're moving. I listen to what you're saying. I listen to what you're not saying when you're talking. That's how I get down. I listen to what you are saying when you think you're just rambling. And I speak to the conditions that underline that. That's my point of view. Fuck the surface level. Who y'all talking about with an Ed Norton face? Oh, y'all stupid. Y'all talking about DeAndre Jordan wife? Hey, shut the fuck up, y'all. See, that's why I be looking at the chat room. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all niggas ain't shit. All I know is when I don't know DeAndre Jordan like that, but every time I was around him, he was a good dude. Like I remember he was just fun. Me and Larry, always clowning. DeAndre was always just fun to be around. I remember one night we was at the club. These niggas ordered, this was the pre-party, right before the season started. I remember looking at the receipt when the tab came. Man, that hoe was like 80 grand. God damn. And that wasn't near the biggest receipt that I saw in those years. I wasn't paying for it. I sure the fuck was drinking though. But the whole team that came out that night. That bill was like 80 grand. But that shit was fun than a motherfucker that night. Boy, that was fun. Frank Green's always, it was hard. When he said what I want, the question he asked was, would I want to be single today trying to find a good wife? You know the last time I heard that? 10 years ago when I was single. They were saying the same shit when I was single. Oh, women these days. Look, I was raised in the 80s and the 90s. Like, that shit hit my generation hard. My generation is the women that grew up listening to Oprah mislead them, reading them bullshit ass Terry McMillan books, and my generation has to deal with my generation is the generation that Beyonce was on. All the single ladies, wave your hands up at me. The propaganda hit my generation. I'm not dealing with anything like, I'm not, yeah, you niggas acting like I got married in the 60s or some shit, nigga. I was born in 1981, yo. This whole feminist agenda started in 1960. I was born 21 years. I was born 21 years after the feminist agenda started. Like, I'm a victim of that shit, yo. I was born into the war on drugs, yo. LA was in the middle of the war on drugs, and I lived through that shit in the 80s. That shit hit my city hard. A great deal of good potential, good women, a great deal got damaged due to the war on drugs. And I saw that shit play out at my house. Yeah, I knew my wife since high school. I wasn't with her in high school. I was single. I didn't get married to my wife. I didn't get married till I was in my 30s, nigga. I was single like a motherfucker. Hell, shit, my wife had a whole different boyfriend while she was in college. And I had a whole ass single life. My wife went away to, I stayed here for college. My wife went to Duke, nigga. I was single. I got married in my 30s. I was single like a motherfucker. And I like being single too. Let me make that shit very clear. When I was single, I love being single. I love being single. I get to travel the goddamn country, meet women, be social. I'm a very social fella, and I'm very charismatic. And so I go out there and have a good ass time when I was single. Not only was I single, my wife knew me in my days, nigga. I used to party like a motherfucker, nigga. I told y'all before, I'd be in the club 5-6 nights a week. Anybody that knew me in LA in 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even 2013, where's Dwan? What time is it? 4 o'clock? Are you hooping? 8 o'clock? At band rehearsal. 11 o'clock? I'm at this club. 1 o'clock? I'm at the next club. 3 o'clock? I'm at after hours. 8 a.m., I'm back in school. I'm in college. Got a class at 8 a.m. I was single like a motherfucker, nigga. I know what's out there, and I know it ain't much out there. But I also know what it is to know what I want and focus on it. And I get what I want. I know that. And I know how to make myself into the person I need to be to receive what I want. And that's how I got what I want. So being a person that went through that process, I'm someone that likes to share. I'm not a selfish nigga. I'm sharing with those willing to listen. But if you're gonna keep it surface level and be like, oh, Dwan been with his wife for a long time, then you'll miss out on something that you possibly could have used. That's all I'm saying. No disrespect to nobody. People are what they are in life. And some people just gonna have difficulties in certain areas. But I'm speaking as somebody who, see, this is the thing about it. When it comes to relationship stuff, that's why I don't even talk about it as much. People listen to somebody who's been divorced 15 times, or worse yet, never even gotten married. People listen to somebody, let's put it like this. If a man has never gotten to the point to where he can get a black American born woman to love him in spite of having streaks in his drawers, what the fuck can he tell you about finding the type woman that's gonna be down for you? What the fuck can he tell you? You better listen to somebody that found somebody that's gonna love your funky ass in spite of you being a funky ass motherfucker. If that's what you want. Shit. Yeah. Nah, but see, that's the thing. When I was in the club all the time, I wasn't looking for women in the club. I was having fun. All the women that I meet, that be when I'm out at the Beverly Center. If I'm always doing something fun. I'll be at like live music events. I've always done like a lot of fun shit. Be at the beach all day, ride my bike. I'd always just be out, social. I can't name 5 women that I took serious meeting at a club. But I love women. I love the presence of women. So I go to the club and have fun with women. But the club wasn't nowhere I was trying to find a woman that I was gonna marry one day. That just wasn't the environment for that. Yeah, we LA niggas might be spoiled, Black McBain. I'm not gonna argue that. Cause when I was single, I would have a chick. We would have like a lunch date, lunchtime. Like I would take her to a little spot on the beach, and that shit. And I ain't talking about nothing expensive either. It's all kind of cheap shit you can do right there on the water. Nigga, you can go to the Rubies over in Redondo Beach. That shit right there on the water. Nigga, for two people, that bill be like $30. This back when I was in college, nigga. And I have, you know, and then just out of college too. But if you out all the goddamn time, you can't be spending money everywhere you go. A lot of money. You got to find a whole bunch of places that are either cheap or free. And going to the beach is free. And then you come back, she gotta go to work that night or whatever. Nigga, at night, nigga, go to the goddamn I used to have this bar. It was this bar, and if you're from LA, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. It was a bar on Las Palmas and Hollywood Boulevard called El Scorpion. It was right next to Playhouse, and it was a small little dive bar. It was just a straight hallway. It's called El Scorpion. Well, I was cool with the bartender there. Because again, niggas, when you ain't got money, because I heard a lot of niggas saying, well, it's hard to get women when you don't have money. No, nigga, you got to be resourceful. I was always cool with people. So I got in real cool with the bartender at El Scorpion Lounge on Hollywood in Las Palmas. So all I had to do was bring $20 for a tip, and that nigga would let me and the chicks that I was with drink all night. So I'm over here taking chicks to Hollywood Boulevard in the middle of Party Central, and the music is playing. I'm cool with the DJ, so he's gonna play what I want to play when I go in there. And we sitting at the bar, and the bartender's like, "You want to try this?" It was a Mexican dude I was really cool with named Sammy. I can say it because he don't work there no more. It was a Mexican dude named Sammy. Me and Sammy, I love Sammy. Man, I be sitting there like, hey, Dwan, I need you to try this. And then he'd make some shit. Nigga, you got to get creative. Then I take another chick. Okay, yeah, we gon' just go on a drive through down Mulholland Drive. Nigga, you better be resourceful. But it's all about opening it up. You can't run from your problems. You can't get a passport and say, okay, problem solved. Now, if you just want to get married, then go ahead. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong to me. All of it's divine. I don't look at any of it as wrong. But what I hear when people talk about this is the word for the people who support the passport bros. The word that keeps coming up is love. They're looking for love. They're following love. They're going places where they can be loved. Love, based on the limited conversations I've had with people in this world, love seems to be the destiny. Love seems to be the goal. So I'm saying this. If love is the goal, that shit got to start at home. That shit got to start at home. I literally just said I know people go there to get married. If you want to get married, that's fine. I never once denied that you can't get married going across, and it didn't start with the Vietnam War. No, it did not start the Vietnam War. That shit started with the Spanish American War, 1898. Go look it up. The war that what's his name? William Randolph Hearst started. It was groups of Buffalo soldiers that decided to stay in Puerto Rico after the Spanish American War to dilly dally with the ladies. Happened in World War One, happened in World War Two, happened in Korea, happened in Vietnam. It happens. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about people who are going across the world because they're complaining they can't get that here. And if that thing is love, you're not going to get that across the world either. You can get married across the world. There's incentive for those women to marry your black ass. You got something that two things that they desperately desire: citizenship and money. It may not be a lot of money to you, but it's a lot of money to them. So of course you're going to get married. That's going to be very easy. And she gonna play whatever role she need to get that citizenship and get that money. Then them cultural differences are gonna start hitting. Then niggas gonna be calling me. I don't know what's going wrong. I see that a lot. Man, I've had, over the last year, I've had no less than 12 male clients. No, well, not just male, female too, that married someone from a black person from a different continent. And it not working out because that person's cultural nuances started coming out. And when you know them cultural nuances start coming out, you gotta live with that motherfucker. And ladies, y'all gonna marry a Nigerian dude, fine. But when he comes and tells you, sit down, sit down. If you don't sit your ass down, you might get hawk slapped. That's what they do. Sit down. You better sit your ass down, ladies. You better sit your ass down. And then you niggas, y'all marrying these women from other cultures. These women from other cultures, like America is very Puritan. You know what I mean? But a lot of Caribbean cultures, a lot of those Latin cultures, especially a lot of those South Pacific cultures, they're very sexually promiscuous. That's why they be having all them Asian massage parlors everywhere. Like, being sexually open to them ain't nothing. So, you'll get married to them, and the minute you turn your head, your wife, Ming Lee, nigga, done found a way to get it in and come right back home to you. Split wide open. You think she just stopped doing her kegels? Same shit. You're gonna dealing with an American woman. And it's gonna come down to, are you willing to deal with her bullshit or not? Just like with an American woman. And if you are willing to deal with her bullshit, that's fine too. I don't give a damn. Yeah, hell yeah. Ming Lee will. She'll move her whole motherfucking family in your house. They're just gonna sleep in here one a night. They're just gonna sleep in here one more night. Next thing you know, nigga, your house smell like orange chicken, wok fried rice, boba iced tea, nigga. All that shit gonna change up. And if you're dealing with them to deal with it, fine. It's all good. All I say is, and sometimes, look, I'm not even here to say that just because you like someone from a different culture, different race, you haven't done the internal work. You may have. You may just be truly down for that person. I ain't got shit to say for that scenario. And that's all I'm saying. Make whatever you like, make it affirmative. Make sure you like that thing because you like that thing. Make sure you like that woman because you like that woman. But when your like for this woman has to come because you dislike what another woman has to give you, what the fuck does your dislike about what somebody else doing have to do with what you living with right now? That nigga Bismarck, he said anchor wife. Niggas is dumb, boy. I'm about to get the fuck up on out of here. Got my live show coming. If you in LA, February 25th, the link is in the description for my live show. Tickets are selling out right now. I'm almost already a half sold out, and the show is still like over a month away. Like the amount of people that already bought tickets now, because it's not a major huge size club. The amount of people that got tickets right now, it would still make for a really good audience right now. So get your ticket. Hell yeah, let your conscience be your guide. You motherfucking right. That's something. Tell it like it is. I hate the way Aaron Neville sing. Let your conscience be your guide. Like, man, why the hell you so, how the hell you a swole ass nigga with that soft ass voice? I'm no one to play with. Let your conscience be your guide. I hate that fucking song. Why am I singing it? You ever have some shit in your mind? God damn. Oh shit, the Australian Open is on. Shit. Serena not playing, so I ain't been paying attention. Hey, you niggas didn't tell me it's the third round of the Australian Open? I love this shit. I love tennis. And I like it. I like the Australian because this shit come on at nighttime. Man, this shit live too. Nigga, I want to see a kangaroo jump across the court one day. Yeah, so nigga said the Gail Monfleet side of the game. That nigga Gail Monfleet, that nigga look like a porcupine, don't he? Monfleet, that nigga look like a porcupine, but he fast than a motherfucker. If he hooped, he dunk on your ass. Yeah, make sure, but that's the end of the day. Make sure you love who you love. Love who you love. And then there are some cards, like when I'm reading cards, like if a person's like a king of diamonds person. If I read somebody and I read their card, and if they're in an interracial relationship and they're a king of diamonds, I'll be like, all right, that makes sense. King of diamonds, man. Eight of hearts, man. King of hearts, man. Those dudes and women, but those dudes generally are open for whatever. It's other cards too, but those cards primarily, Eight of Hearts, King of Diamonds, them niggas can end up with any kind of woman. Niggas say Aaron Neville voice be tight. Nah. No Biz Markie beat or beatbox can make Aaron Neville sound listenable. And I respect Aaron Neville. He's a music god. But he's not gonna be in my he is not gonna be on my music top 200 singers list. Hell nah. Nope. Let your conscience be your guide. Nah, now that fucking song is stuck in my head. Fuck y'all. Urgh. I got that nigga's cotton soft ass voice in my mind. Nigga, I'm about to listen to some Earth, Wind, and Fire and get the shit out of my head. I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. Get tickets to the live goddamn show. And remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to listen to the game. Just make sure you let your conscience be your guide. All that shit's in my head. Fuck y'all. God damn it, I'm out.